Okay. To explain that, let me draw it here. For example, okay, from this side. You can start. So this is your what? This is your sea, right? And these are the waves coming. Also, this is your land. This is a very good example. Sea. This is your land, right? So imagine this is a sea in the South India, right? South India Sea. For example, maybe not exactly Goa. Chennai, for example. Chennai, Marina Beach. Anyway, so this is very interesting. So this is your sea. These are your waves, right? And this is your land, right? Suppose you are standing here. Suppose you are standing here. And wandering the sea, right? How the waves are coming and how you are wandering, right? You are on holiday, for example. But suddenly you saw something interesting. What exactly interesting is you are looking at the beach and the color of the sand. Listen carefully. You are looking at the sand color. Suddenly you find out that there is something different. What exactly is different? The color of sand is different here. For example, suppose these waves are coming to this position, for example. Right? So it is going like this, and also again it return, right? The waves will come and again return, right? So you are standing here and you are seeing the color of here and the color of, okay fine, up to this, and color of here actually. It is color of here and color of here are different, right? This is actually golden and this is black kind of, black color. But why this is happening? The sand color should be same. Basically sand is golden color, right? Those are actually silica or quartz. Sands are nothing but a silica or quartz, right? That is actually gang mineral in our mineral. All the minerals contain this silica or this quartz, which are the gang actually, right? So can you tell me why this color is like this?
Minerals. Some minerals.
Just imagine these waves are also going to be here and coming back. Achha, he is saying the black sands are finer.
So containing some minerals.
Just think of it. Why they have... That means inside the sea there is a mixture of black sand and golden sand, of course, which has come to the offshore and going back. So the point is what? These black sands are nothing but your minerals actually. They are heavy minerals. Right? Your monazite, zircon, and ore of titanium, ilmenite, rutile. So these sand are the source of mineral itself. Remember this. These sand, for example, you know that is what exactly? Parampur. Parampur has a sea beach, right? Yeah, Parampur has a sea beach. They are also extracting some metals there. So you know that they are extracting some metals there. Rare earths. Rare earths are actually heavy minerals. Some of the rare earth minerals are obtained in the sea beach itself. These sea beach sands are source of minerals, just imagine. And rare earths are very expensive. China is having plenty of rare earth. Now why? You know why? China is not giving rare earth to any country. Or if they are giving at a very high cost. Very, very high cost. They are dominating actually. That's why USA is also afraid of China nowadays. What is the use of rare earth? Anybody know? Semiconductors, okay, yeah. But most of the rare earths are utilized for renewable source of energy. Actually, we want renewable source of energy to make those components, those magnets actually. For example, magnets. You know this wind turbines. Many countries are installing wind turbine nowadays because that is a renewable source of energy. Right? So those wind turbines, those are made up of magnets actually, magnets. And those are permanent magnets. Neodymium, boron, iron. Right? Neodymium is nothing but a rare earth. And that is very expensive. India is not having much rare earth. China is having plenty of rare earth. Plenty. That's why it is dominating. And we are actually moving from conventional to this renewable resources, right? Do you know this? Why? Can you tell me why we are moving to renewable resources of energy now? Yeah, sustainable development, very good. Because non-renewable resources are what? Coals. You are burning coal to generate electricity. But what is the problem? You are emitting lots of CO2 gas. That gets global warming, right? Nowadays we don't want global warming. Why? Because sea level is rising, right? You know this thing. And people are also dying. You know what is the problem with Delhi now? New Delhi, people are suffering from many diseases, respiratory diseases because of this CO2 gas emission. Lot of CO2, lot of NOx, right? So we are migrating from conventional to like renewable resources, and we want rare earth. Okay, I'll not go into that, but the point is what exactly? This black sand. So this is black sand is these are valuable minerals, right? Zircon. Zircon is what? It is the ore of zirconium, right? ZrSiO4, silicate, and ore of titanium and monazite. You remember monazite is a very complex mineral. It contains rare earth, and another one is there, thorium. And what is the importance of thorium? Can you tell me? Because of nuclear reactions only you also can get high energy, right?
Yes.
Anybody know there was a catastrophic failure in nuclear reactor in some country? You remember? There is a Chernobyl, yeah, Russia. It is in Ukraine or Russia now? It is in Russia, I guess. Maybe. Actually, earlier Ukraine was in Russia, USSR. Anyways, we need nuclear energy also, right? So monazite is the ore of thorium actually. You have to remember. But it is not thorium only, it has also rare earth, right? So what I mean to say is, all are heavy minerals actually. All are heavy minerals, all are denser, right? These are actually denser. And what about the gold color? These are the sand, or these are nothing but the quartz or silica. These are lighter actually, lighter minerals. Or gangue you can say, simply you can say gangue. So this is your gangue, these are valuable minerals. Right? So now tell me why this is happening. Why there is a separation? All are together inside the sea. Sea waves is carrying those minerals to the sea offshore, right? But towards the land, most of the valuable minerals are deposited, but towards the sea, sands are mostly deposited. Why this is happening? Because of difference in the density. But the point is what exactly? When sea waves are coming to the land, right? It is having high kinetic energy, right? The moment it is moving towards the land, it is having high kinetic energy. So all the things are in suspension now. Your sand and valuable minerals are in suspension in the liquid itself. But after striking the land, it will again go back. So most of the energy will get lost. So when it is going back, the kinetic energy will be very less. So it cannot take away all the heavy minerals. So heavy minerals will settle down there. Right? Later the fine minerals will settle. And the water will go away. So this is all simply your settling. Terminal velocity, or you can say settling velocity. So settling velocity of heavy minerals will be faster. So that's why they are settling towards the land. But settling velocity of sand, golden sand, is less. So it will settle later. Right? So this is the concept. So this is one of the example of your gravity concentration. Okay? So I can simply say gravity concentration depends upon your density of the minerals or specific gravity of the minerals. And that will decide what? That will decide your settling velocity. Settling rate or settling velocity, whatever it is. Right? So that is the principle of gravity concentration. So gravity concentration depends upon the difference in settling velocity of the gangue and the valuable mineral. And which actually depends upon the density or the specific gravity of the minerals. Is it okay? Fine? So this is a very real example actually. You can go to South India, beaches are having this kind of situation. Maybe in Barampur, I am not sure, but you can check out.
Yes, sir.
Gopalpur beach, right? Yes. Yours is correct. Okay, so concentration criteria. So you need to write the formula. Concentration criteria is specific gravity of a given minus fluid divided by specific gravity of light minus fluid. So this is called concentration criteria. So whenever you want to do concentration by using gravity concentration, you need to find out this values actually. What is the concentration criteria values? And that will decide whether concentration is possible or not. Right? So this is specific gravity of heavy minerals. For example, you can you calculate it one? Just check the specific gravity of gold and write. You can Google it. What is the specific gravity of gold? Right? Minus specific gravity of fluid means suppose you are taking water. It is 1. You can write. Similarly, specific gravity of silica you can put here. And specific gravity of water again. So fluid is suppose water or air you can use. Can you calculate it? You calculate the concentration criteria when you are using water and when you are using air. Can you see what is the difference or they are same? Of course it will be different. Why? Because air is very light. Specific gravity of air will be very less. But specific gravity of water is 1 here. Right? So you can calculate, just see. But you take example of gold. Can you find it out? So specific gravity of gold minus specific gravity of water, specific gravity of silica minus specific gravity of water. Similarly, another thing you can do, specific gravity of gold minus specific gravity of air. Specific gravity of silica minus specific gravity of air. Just see what is the value it is coming. So fluid can be air or water. What is the difference? Just tell me. Is it a huge difference or little difference or? You can Google it. What is the specific gravity of gold? Maybe 19 or something. 19.3. Very heavy. Gold is very heavy. Sometimes if you see some reels, I've seen some reels. What they are doing? They are going to some like some forest. Some abandoned gold mines or some forest where stream is there, water stream is there. So what they are doing? They are just taking out the sand with the gold particles, yellow golden color, and they are just doing like this in the water itself. So what will happen? Gold is heavy, it will settle, but the sand will wash away. Mud and sand will wash away. So that is very simple. I have seen. What is the difference? Difference is there. Huge difference is there. So if you calculate the two values, there is a real difference is there. So that means your gravity concentration depends upon what? This one also. Fluid is also very important. Whether you are using air or whether you are using water, that also determines your concentration criteria. And you have to remember, concentration criteria is more means separation is good. How I can say my gravity concentration is very good? Just check the concentration criteria. If the concentration criteria is very high, that means separation has happened very well, or efficiency is good, or it is a good separation. So you have to check the concentration criteria value. It is higher or lower. Higher is good. Lower means so that is also affected by what? The fluid density of the fluid, or specific gravity of the fluid. So now tell me, if you want to do gravity concentration of gold minerals, that means silica is there and gold is there. Gold will remain in gold now. It is a native mineral if you remember. Gold never reacts with oxygen. It remains as gold only. Right? That means it is a physical bond between silica and gold itself. And you want to separate it. So which one is better? If you choose water as a fluid medium. But if you choose air, it is not good. Because if you go to villages also, they are using one, we called some people called pachia. You remember this? No? They are doing like this. Yes. Right? So what? Husks are very lighter. so they will fly very easily. But the grains, they are heavy, they will settle at the bottom of that pachi or whatever. I don't know the exact English term. Anyway, so shaker, yeah, fine. So that is also gravity concentration also. Fine. Anyways, this is clear. Right? Significance, you can write what I told. Then effect of fluid density. I told you also effect of fluid density, whether you are using water or air. Right? Which one is better and why? Yeah. So we'll talk about this one. Flow film concentration. So now this topic is called flow film concentration. This concept is called flow film concentration, right? So we want to do concentration, but in a flowing film of slurry or flowing film of water, right? This is the way to diagram the scene. You may get a question from this also, what is flowing film concentration, and give an example. So just see what is it. So this is an open pipe, right? So this one is an open pipe, right? Open pipe means, for example, bottom is there but top part is not there, right? So open pipe, and you want to push the slurry from this end to this end, right? So you want to flow your minerals having water from this end to this end. So this will move like this stage wise, and imagine it is a laminar flow, kind of. So can you tell me, if I draw a plot, distance versus velocity of the particle from this end to this end, how it will be, the curve will be? Tell me. Just imagine and think.
Velocity will decrease.
Velocity will?
Increase in distance.
It simply means the velocity will change. That's why I draw here, put here velocity. So velocity will change, but how it will change?
So, yes, sir. With increasing distance, velocity will decrease.
From bottom to top I am talking about. It is open pipe.
Increase होगा सर. Bottom में zero होगा.
Bottom
Velocity
velocity is
zero.
higher. Okay. How many of you are saying bottom velocity is higher? Bottom velocity means he is talking about the velocity of water or the slurry which is attached to the pipe, right? Above there is nothing there, only fluid. Yeah, you think of it. Do you know, suppose you are swimming in a river, for example. Imagine yourself as an inner particle. And you are swimming. Right? But if you remain in the top, you will flow away to a large distance, you know. But if you go deep inside, the motion is very less.
Yes.
But always you want to come to the top to save ourselves during a drowning situation. But at the top, friction is not there. No, what only friction between the layer of the water molecule is there. But here, the friction between the pipe and the water molecule is there. So more friction at the bottom. So velocity will be zero, for example. The water which is attached to the pipe has zero velocity. Just imagine. The more you go upward,
Velocity will be more.
velocity will be more. So this will be simply
Straight line going to origin. Straight line, right.
not exactly straight line, it moves gently. Because at a time will come, maybe it will be constant. No much difference. Anyway, you understand my point? So that means here V1, V2, V3, V4. So I can say simply V1 is less than V2, less than V3, less than V4. Right? So velocity of the liquid or the fluid which is near to the pipe will be very less, and velocity which is at the top is very high. And your mineral particles are also there. So what will happen? Some minerals will easily settle down because they are heavy, because they are more denser, but the particles which are finer, they will be carried away further. Right? So that means if you, this is the initial situation, for example. See, these sanded portions are finer. Finer means, sorry, lighter. And without sanded portion are heavier. So can you draw the diagram what will happen later? Tell me.
lighter particle.
Lighter particles will be always in the top mostly, right?
Heavier will be.
Then it will report here. If you take out, it will come out here, right? But what happens to the heavier particles? They will attain high terminal velocity or high settling velocity, so they will go down.
Near 5.
They will settle. Maybe they will not go here. They will settle here on itself. Fine. You understand my point? So this is one of the way to separate heavy minerals and lighter minerals, or to do concentration. This is called flowing film concentration, because the fluid film is flowing. The particles are heavy, so they will settle faster. And the particles are lighter, they will carried away by the fluid to the further distance. They will settle later. Suppose I want to break here also. I can break here also. This will come out finer. Sorry, I mean lighter. If I will break here, what will happen? Coarser will, the denser will come out. You can give a break also if you want. But same situation, just see this one. This is a closed pipe now. Just tell me. I know you can answer it. So this the top one is the closed pipe, and fluid is flowing, and particles are also there. So where velocity will be what exactly?
V3 is higher. Middle.
Actually V3 will be higher because it is in the middle. Only there is a friction between the water molecules. But V1 and V1
Will be less.
friction is more because pipe is there, solid and liquid. So friction will be more, velocity will be less. So what I can write? V3 is greater than V2 is greater than V1. Right? This situation. Is it okay? So this is called fluid film concentration. So flow film concentration. Shaking table. Acha, you have already started attending this mineral processing lab, I guess?
Yes, sir.
Right? You have seen the table there?
Yes, sir.
There is a table.
Yes, sir.
The moment you enter to the lab, at the end, in the front it will be there. You seen that?
Yes, sir.
You ask her to carry out an experiment. Shaking table. So it is nothing but just a table like this only. This table. But if you see that table, the table is actually somewhat inclined. This is your table, and shaking table is actually it is moving forward and backward. This table will be moving like this, forward and backward. But you have to remember there is some interesting point. It will go in a particular velocity, but when it will come back, the velocity is different. Just shake. So actually, can you tell me which velocity will be more, forward or backward? Actually, return velocity is more if you shake it. Just shake it once. So tabling is nothing but a shaking table is there. Shaking table means this table moves forward and backward. The backward velocity is more. There is a concept I will tell you why backward velocity is more. And you are allowing your mineral, the slurry to flow over this, on this table. Your slurry will flow like this. But slurry will flow from here, this end, diagonally. And water will be flowing from this end. Right? I draw the. So here you are feeding your feed from a diagonal end, and you are feeding your what? Water. Water is flowing and slurry is also coming. But in between this table there are riffles. Riffles means kind of this situation. One riffles will be there.
Linings.
Actually, the table we have, those are made up of wood actually. Wood riffles. So you can use some rubber riffles also, or some other materials also. Right? So riffles will be there. Right? So riffles are nothing but obstacles. Right? It don't want your minerals to flow. These are obstacles, right? One are obstacles. Riffles are obstacles. But water is flowing, and this is also inclined. That means some of the particles also overcome these obstacles and move forward. Okay. But some particles cannot move. Can you tell me which particles cannot move and which particles can move? Heavy will settle actually, right? Because riffles are obstacles, so heavy particles will settle fast. They will attain more terminal velocity, they will settle fast, they cannot move further distance, right? But the lighter particles, because this is shaking now, so obvious agitation is happening. Because of agitation, the finer particles, the lighter particles, they remain in fluid, in suspension. So they will carry over and finally reach to the end. Actually, everything reach to the end. I'll show you. That diagram is important actually. Okay, this one. Suppose this is your table. So riffles is how riffles is like this. This is one refill, another refill. So you understood why the refill is like this. The refills are not completely to the end. You start with small and bigger and longer. Right? It's fine. So these are refills. Right? And the motion I told you, it is like this motion. Or inclined method. So this is your what? I told you. Slurry feed. And I told you we are also allowing water to flow. For example, here. Okay. Water flow. So water is flowing, your mineral is coming like this. So you will at the end you will get these things. This one, and this one. This. So you will get your what exactly? You will get your tailings. Tailings I told you mostly silica. They are lighter. Lighter minerals, or in other way I can say lighter minerals. But then what is this? If you remember, middlings. There was a question in the exam I guess. No? What is middling?
Yes, sir.
Middlings are locked minerals actually. The valuable mineral is still locked with the gang. Complete liberation didn't happen. Those are middlings. Tailings are mostly liberated minerals. They are only gangs mostly, right? So mostly these are gang, right? And these are locked minerals or locked valuable minerals. And finally, what will be this? Can you tell me? Concentrate. So basically, these layers are nothing but your concentrate. These layers are actually your middlings, and tailings will come out here. Right? So now tell me why, when we are shaking the table, why the backward velocity is more? Can you just think of it? Yeah, the point is actually this shaking motion also helps the particles to move in this direction also, right? And another important point is what? Suppose your finer mineral or lighter mineral also try to settle, but when it is coming back with a very high velocity, it is again going up and again the particles will come and become suspension. Right. So it doesn't allow, this shaking motion doesn't allow the fine particle to settle or lighter particle to settle. When it is moving back, again this particle will come and mix with the water. So it will remain in suspension. But the particles which are coarser, they will move this way or the concentrate will move this way. Right side or left side. Right. Is it fine? Shaking there. If you want, you can go and see this one today. Okay, last one, spiral concentrator. Spiral concentrator is, okay, this is very simple actually. I'll send you the diagram. I don't want to draw it, but I'll send you the diagram. Just like this will be there. So this is spiral concentrator. You allow the field slurry field. Okay, just so I can say this is layer 1 and in between this one is layer 2 and so this is your layer 2. It is just similar to that of the instrument which we use to dig holes in the land to make a bore well, for example. It's similar to the bore well. When you are digging a bore well, this kind of spiral are used. They are using, right? So just we are feeding the slurry from the top, and this spiral is moving like this. Is moving like this. So what will happen? It will create separation between concentrate, middlings, and tailings. But can you tell me which one will be concentrate, which one will be middling, and tailings? The middle one will be obviously middling, right? Layer 2. Outer one will be concentrate, very good. And the last one is your tailings. It's a very simple way to do concentration. So at the end you can put a splitter, for example. You put a splitter. There is a splitter plate, for example. The splitter plate will separate all the concentrate. Suppose I will put a splitter. So when it will fall finally, all the concentrate will come out and you can collect it. You allow other middlings and tailings to go ahead. So you may get questions from tabling, you may get questions from spiral concentrator, you may also get questions from this one, flow film concentration, right? And you can write the principle working and you can draw the diagram. Very simple.
Sir.
Okay, thank you.
Call.